The city breathes a symphony of secrets. A humid blanket of summer air hung heavy over the downtown core, a stark contrast to the chill that had settled in my own bones. It was a few months ago when I stumbled across a Reddit post, a digital breadcrumb that led me down a rabbit hole of grief, mystery, and the enduring power of unanswered questions. The post itself was simple, almost mundane. I gave away a lot of my clothing to homeless people downtown a year ago, a throwaway statement, easily dismissed, but it was the accompanying information that pricked my curiosity, the digital equivalent of a flashing neon sign in a shadowed alleyway. In 1999, my brother died in a pretty bizarre way. I need to know if it's humanly possible to even do this by yourself. The chilling simplicity of those words gripped me. A brother gone, a family shattered, and a lingering shadow of doubt that time, it seemed, had failed to erase. The third piece of the puzzle, a reference to the Asha degree case, brought the question of connection to the forefront. A case of a missing person, or perhaps something more sinister. The more I delved into the shadows, the more I realized this was more than just a simple Reddit thread. It was a desperate cry from the heart. Before the mystery can be explored, the players involved need to be identified. While the Reddit user remained anonymous, let's refer to them as Alex. We only know a limited amount about Alex. Alex gave away clothes to the homeless, and we know that Alex's brother died in a peculiar way. The anonymity is understandable. The desire to remain hidden from the prying eyes of the internet is a common one, especially when dealing with such personal trauma. Imagine Alex, navigating the anonymity of the digital world, perhaps hunched over a laptop in a dimly lit room, the glow of the screen reflecting the turmoil in their eyes. This isn't the act of a casual observer. It's the act of someone carrying a burden they can no longer bear in silence. The act of donating clothing, so seemingly innocuous, becomes imbued with a deeper meaning. Was it a symbolic shedding of the past, a way to release the weight of unanswered questions? Or was it a desperate attempt to connect with the unseen, to find solace in the act of giving to those who, like Alex, might feel invisible? In the absence of names and faces, the other figure in this story is Alex's brother, the victim of a death that remains shrouded in ambiguity. We have no name, no age, no details of his life beyond the tragic fact that he died in 1999. The nature of his death is critical. Bizarre way implies a method or circumstance so unusual that it left investigators, and more importantly, Alex, grasping for answers. The word bizarre conjures images of the unexpected, the inexplicable. Was it a death that defied conventional understanding, something so out of the ordinary that it still resonates with an unsettling strangeness years later? Did the death involve an element of chance? Was it a freak accident, a confluence of unlikely events that led to such a tragic end? Or was there something more deliberately sinister at play? The possibility of foul play, of a hidden hand guiding the course of events, adds a layer of dread to the narrative. And could the brother have taken his own life? This question hangs heavy in the air, the agonizing weight of unanswered questions. The very fact that Alex poses this question suggests a deep internal struggle, a wrestling with the possibility of suicide, a scenario often laden with guilt and self-recrimination for those left behind. The timeline here is fragmented, existing in the ethereal realm of memory and digital breadcrumbs. We know that the clothing donation happened a year ago, from the date of the Reddit post. That time frame, combined with the statement that the brother's death happened in 1999, creates a significant temporal gap. This gap is filled with potential stories. Did Alex live through the death and suffer? Or has Alex only recently revisited the grief and tragedy? The other event, the news of the Asha degree case, provides a current anchor, suggesting that this recent development may have prompted Alex to revisit the past. The city itself, a sprawling metropolis with its own pulse and rhythm, serves as the backdrop to this unfolding drama. Imagine the downtown core, a place of bustling commerce and hurried footsteps, now overlaid with the ghost of a past tragedy. The humid summer air, thick with the scent of exhaust fumes and blooming jasmine, can feel oppressive, amplifying the sense of unease. The alleyways, where shadows lengthen and secrets are whispered, become potent symbols of the hidden truths Alex is seeking. The details are unclear. Were there witnesses? Was the scene properly investigated? The fact that Alex is still haunted by questions suggests either a lack of definitive answers, or perhaps a deep-seated inability to accept the explanation provided. The search warrants in the Asha degree case also provide another point. Are they of a similar nature? Perhaps Alex is looking for a sense of community as they search for answers. The Asha degree case, a chilling reminder of how easily a life can vanish, has recently seen renewed public interest with the unsealing of search warrants. This renewed attention, the public's gaze turning towards another unresolved tragedy, might have acted as a catalyst for Alex, a sign that perhaps answers can be found when the veil of secrecy is lifted. The fact that Alex is drawing parallels, however tenuous, between their brother's death and this highly publicized missing person case suggests a desperate hope, a belief that a similar investigative spotlight might illuminate the darkness surrounding their own family's tragedy. The search warrants, detailing the meticulous process of evidence gathering, might represent a blueprint for the kind of thoroughness Alex feels was absent in their brother's case. The impact of this unresolved tragedy is palpable. The Reddit post is less an announcement and more a cry for help. There's a palpable sense of isolation, the feeling of being trapped in a personal hell, the burden of a secret, or an unanswered question. Alex's need to determine the mechanics of the death suggests a deep-seated need for closure. The simple question of whether the brother could have ended his own life suggests a desire to understand the truth, no matter how painful. This isn't a morbid curiosity. It's a fundamental human need to make sense of the senseless. The void left by a loved one's death is amplified when the circumstances remain murky, leaving the living to fill the silence with their own anxieties and speculations. The decision to donate clothing could also be understood as a form of seeking solace, of giving back, and perhaps of attempting to make amends. Or perhaps it's a desire to cleanse the soul. The city, a backdrop for Alex's actions, transforms from a place of physical space into a symbol of memories. The downtown streets, once a place of everyday life, are now reminders of trauma, the shadows of loss and grief. Every corner, every passing stranger, could evoke a flicker of memory, a pang of regret. The homeless individuals who received the clothing might unknowingly become part of this unfolding narrative, their faces momentarily blurring with the phantom image of Alex's lost brother. The mention of the Asha degree case, a missing person case, a tragedy, weaves a complex web of emotions. The details of the case are unknown, but the timing is crucial. Perhaps Alex sees a glimmer of hope for finding answers in the public interest. The Asha degree case began with the disappearance of a young girl from her North Carolina home in 2000, a case that has captivated the public imagination for decades. The recent unsealing of search warrants, revealing potential clues and renewed investigative efforts, signifies that even the coldest of cases can be rekindled. Alex's decision to publicly allude to this case, even anonymously, suggests a calculated risk, a hope that by associating their private grief with a public tragedy, they might somehow garner attention and provoke a response. The conclusion of this story is not yet written. We are left with more questions than answers. The mystery of the brother's death and the need for Alex to understand the truth is a poignant reminder of the human cost of unresolved grief. The question of how the brother died and whether it was self-inflicted is a story we haven't heard. Alex is reaching out, seeking answers, seeking closure, and reminding us of the long shadow that unanswered questions cast over our lives. The digital ether, often seen as a place of fleeting interactions, has become the conduit for a profound human plea, a testament to the enduring power of love, loss, and the unyielding quest for truth. The city's humid air continues to hold its secrets, but somewhere within its sprawling urban landscape, Alex is still listening, still searching, for the echo of a truth that might finally bring peace.